anticipation of having the gubernatorial candidates coming here.
Very true.
We got the Republican Party. Those are the two heavyweights right now who are filed. We got our present governor, who is the incumbent. That's Kate Brown.
Okay.
Plan to have her here.
Okay.
Okay. And then the gentleman by the name of Bueller. He's a doctor. He's a representative, a state representative right now, and he's running for governor.
Yes.
And so both of those people, those are the key votes. And then remember we had Bruce Cuff here, remember?
Yes.
He was here on your show.
That's very
He's
true.
running for governor too.
That's very
but
true.
we had him on the show.
Yes,
and he
true.
came, right?
Yes, he
came.
was here.
And he had some good things to say.
Yes, he did.
He said, we got to see what these other folks are going to do.
That's
okay?
very true.
From the incumbent and whatever. So my point is that that's what I'm going to be doing in this next show when I leave here. I'm going to go interview those folks. But everybody that I interview that's running for office, I will make it a point to have them come in, even if it's 10 minutes.
That'll be
to
fine.
talk to your constituency.
Absolutely.
Which I
Get
think
that
is
information.
very, very important.
Yes,
Is that fair with you? Well, okay, my friend. Well, I'm gonna go on and let you go, and I know you got a lot to say.
Thank you, Brother Bruce.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you
I'll see you next week.
And I'm glad we did get that black gentleman exposed. If it's true or false, you're invited on the show to speak negative or positive regarding the situation relating to you and your relationship with, or that relates to the lady that what was she, 18 months to trying to tell him?
18 months, yeah.
They're trying to let him know
that
she didn't want nothing to do with him.
Yeah, that's what the article said.
Yeah, in 2007.
Yeah. He did not take him caught.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because his reputation is going to play a major role
Yes,
in trying to get elected.
It's taking a major hit.
Yes, yes. And I'll still interview him.
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, I ain't got nothing negative. I mean, I'm concerned because I'm concerned for the citizens that are out here.
Right.
That's where I'm at.
And that's what
that's what your viewing audience are.
And that's what I'm trying to let all you people, Negro, Black, African Americans know. Pay attention, stay strong, and stay connected to what's going on, especially in these closing moments, because people will do a real quick switch on you.
Yep.
And look straight faced like it don't mean nothing when it means everything. So if you're looking for the truth needs to be found, and we're trying to get the scanner and the observer to get involved as well.
And he has time. They still have time.
He has time to speak to them
until March.
Because come March.
Yep.
So he can get his information put in their face or in their ears,
wherever,
and they can get all the beautiful feedback.
But clean it up.
But to clean it up and apologize.
Okay.
Okay. All right, brother. I'm sorry.
Take care.
Thank you again.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
Thanks for the time.
You're always welcome. Anytime. All right, all you wonderful people out there in cyberspace, we just had Brother Bruce Broussard, and we're trying to let all you wonderful people know that this is a politic year, and people are running for offices, and people are trying to be new leaders or find themselves as people that are collecting money or picking up money to get their information out there in cyberspace to people relating to what they're trying to talk about. So let's touch every subject matter, and let's be truthful about every subject matter, because we're trying to get to the meat and potatoes of what's going on. So stay strong, stay focused, stay honest, trust God Almighty, and trust yourself, and trust your judgment. But pay attention. This is a person that is running for office, and he's from another country. So he's from Africa, but he wants to get a good government job, but he deserves to get the job if he deserves to get the job. But if he's trying to get it scandalously, then that job will never materialize. And if it does, it'll be something new to me. So try and get to the truth and to the meat and potatoes of what's really going on. All my staff back there got all the pertinent information. Sister Ellie, thank you very much for helping us get these articles up on television so people can see it and read it, and read the information for themselves to find out the facts, the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, if that's what it is. So we're still reserving thoughts and feelings. This gentleman is welcome to come on the show and deal with the issue, and basically able to come on the show and speak to the issues. Brother Broussard has invited him to his show, And I'm inviting you to Popo Community for Justice to speak your heart. So, and if the young lady wants to come on the show, she's 21 years old, and if she wants to get it straightened out that things didn't happen the way it portrayed or depicted to have happened, she wants to get that all straightened out so he can continue to move forward to do what's right. That's what life is all about. That's what Popo Community for Justice is all about. And I'm pushing forward. And if you are a parent and you're a parent with children and you don't have no babysitter for you, your children are welcome to come on the show, and it's welcome to sit in your lap or be on TV or whatever the case may be. And that's what Popo Community for Justice is all about. And hopefully you'll be able to get your points across. They're very mannerable and wonderful children, so they'll help hopefully push your issue forward. And you don't need to be begging your friends or anybody else to, could you watch my babies or babysit my kids or do this, that, and the other. They're welcome to be here with you and let them know they're tomorrow's generation and they'll do real fine on television. They may just be themselves, because that's what children are, is themselves, and we're able to overlook that. So just come on the show, bring your children with you, bring whoever you want to bring with you, and we have a huge studio here, so everybody you invite, they're welcome to come to the studio with you and be on the air with you. I do hour shows, and I can even do them longer, so it just depends who wants to come on the air and speak their heart and speak about issues, real issues, or what they consider real issues, because that's what Popo Community for Justice is all about. And we're really able to research and look good information up for you. So if you have information and you're having a problem collecting your information, we can help you hopefully nail that down or get it tracked down. So without any further ado, I'm just wanting to thank all you wonderful people out there in TV land to be focused, to stay strong and stay healthy. Trust God Almighty and trust your best judgment to do what's right in God Almighty's will. And Sister Ellie, I pray the best for you, your mom, your husband, and the family, and Brother Ron, the best for you and your sisters or cousins. And Brother Steve, thank you very much for being on the show. And I appreciate everything about you. You guys are great producers, and I'm totally thankful for how you continue to keep Popo Community for Justice moving forward. And so I'm just very grateful, and all you people out there trying to become new producers. There's really wonderful people out here that'll be more than happy to help you move forward until you get your own producers or your own crews together. So stay strong. This is called it's open media. And I would just really love to see everyone do wonderful. So, hey, Ron, is this called, what's it called? Is it called open media? Are you out there, Brother Ron?
What's that?
Is this show called Open Media? It used to be PCM, but now it's
Oh, it's Open Signal.
Open Signal. So we just want all you want people to know it's Open Signal. I'm saying Open Media, but it's Open Signal. So please come down and become a members of Open Signal. You can check out real wonderful equipment and learn to operate wonderful, great equipment, and be able to put on some magnificent shows for you and your loved ones or people you don't know, people you just want to get involved with and learn more about. We have some very brilliant people working with us, and we'll share all those great people with you, people with Open Signal and anybody else that wants to move forward. So did we want to, how much time do we have left, Brother Ron?
We've got roughly about 19 and a half minutes.
19 and a half minutes, okay. Do we have a show or anything we can play for the next few minutes?
Yes,
Okay. We'll play something for you wonderful people out there in TV land or cyberspace. And in the future, we'll put some great shows on. You're welcome to come on and put on some wonderful shows. So the invite is always extended to all you wonderful people out there in TV land. And just let your hearts flow. Let the truth flow. Let the energy just generate. So that's what we're working on.
Okay, we're working on getting something set up here, and we'll play it as soon as we get it set up.
Okay, thank you, Brother Ron. So I was just here with a moment ago with, like I said, Brother Bruce Broussard, and we're just trying to cover any and all subjects that are pertinent to you and to what you're speaking on or interested in getting end result regarding as far as moving the truth forward, because the truth of what life is all about, health and everything is what's wonderful. And all you people that's at the hospital, I know I was at the hospital myself a couple of times, and I was looking for YouTube on the hospital channel, but I couldn't find it. And I was just interested because it's very important to always play YouTube on my television set, but when you're in the hospital, they don't have the YouTube playing on television. So I play different shows because it's very important. So it's all you people out there that can at least get those channels, get your information out there, collect your information, and maybe it'll further strengthen your truth or whatever you're trying to gather. So that's what I was just speaking on. I know it seems like I'm trying to come up with conversation regarding other matters, but that's how important matters are, is trying to let you people know, stay strong, stay focused, stay honest. And you got a lot of gentlemen that think because they're in good positions or they got or got those opportunities to go out there and put their information out there, and that they think they can just approach women any old kind of way and talk to women any old kind of way. And if anything, the women can put them in a bad situation and can destroy them horribly or destroy their position. So I'm just telling you, man, look, put your silliness on the back burner and quit trying to force your way or your attitudes or behaviors on people, thinking that what I do, I've been doing, can always do. It just don't fly like that, especially here in Portland, Oregon, because you'll be on clown status and you'll be definitely embarrassed or exposed, because I'm interested in exposing all bad behaviors. I don't care who you are or who you think you are. I'm used to carrying, I go after police, detectives, F.B.I. I don't care who you are. If you're wrong and you caught, you will be exposed for your behavior. That's what that's all about. So, and I'm still after Donald Trump, even though nobody says that much about him. But he's the one that's making reference to women's sexual organs or things that making reference to sex. And I'm just thinking, if he's gonna kick the line out of someone's drawers, he needs to first start with himself. And I think he should be properly reprimanded for his bad behavior. So I'm just trying to let you people know that. Oh, go ahead.
You know what this week was? The first week of December?
No, go ahead.
Okay, you know I'm into technology, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so this first week in December, a lot of people call it a week of code.
Week of code.
Coding
Okay,
is how you program computers.
Okay.
So there is an organization called Code.com, and they sponsor an event called an Hour of Code.
Wow.
And basically what they do in schools and organizations, they have people spend 1 hour learning how to code, because coding is a skill of the future. Well, it's a skill of today already. You know, people say there's no jobs.
Yes.
There are jobs for people who know how to write code to create computer programs.
Oh, wonderful.
So I just wanted to talk to you about that concept of coding and how important it is for not only in schools, but families can do it at home. The website is called code.com or code.org.
Yes.
The event that I'm talking about is called an Hour of Code.
Yes.
And if we can get the video ready, there's all these athletes.
Okay.
You would not believe it. There's athletes out there who code. They write code. So we're going to play a video here, and we'll see if
started
it's
playing
coming
basketball,
through. Okay.
Tennis.
Fútbol cuando era un niño.
Getting really good at something isn't
That's
easy.
beautiful. So they're gonna
It takes
write
persistence and hard
they
work.
do codes on
It takes
television.
years of commitment.
They on their computer.
Success isn't just about training your body.
And what
It's
codes,
also
and what
about
kind of
training
codes are they that they do?
Your body and brain get stronger when you push yourself.
I didn't always know I'd be a basketball champion.
Non sai mai cosa ti riserva il futuro.
Os futuros campeões serão os criadores.
Aquellos con el talento para cumplir su sueño.
Kung abot ang imahinable futuro.
¿Qué quieres crear?
Wait for the video to come
¿Qué vida puedes cambiar?
If you can dream it, you can do it.
You can bring any idea to life.
It's not going to be easy. It takes time and determination like anything else.
You'll make mistakes, you'll get better.
You'll get stronger and you'll succeed.
Push yourself.
Push yourself. Push yourself.
Push yourself.
Oh, respect. Anybody can learn.
Só depende de vocês.
So that's an hour code there. And so basically what an hour code is, it's a time set aside where anybody, you can even do it. You got a computer, you can even do it.
That's true.
And you basically learn how to code. And what coding is what they use. It's a computer language, and coding teaches the computer to do different things. That's how the computer does everything.
Right.
There are people out there who write lines and lines of code to make your computer do the things that it does.
Oh, okay.
And now with people being so creative and entertaining, kids are learning how to code, and they're learning how to create their own games on computers.
Okay.
They're learning how to create their own websites. My first experience with coding was many years ago as a computer applications teacher. Before there were programs online like Wix or sites or things like that that made websites very easy, we had to actually go into what we called like a notepad software, and we had to actually type code to make a website. So if we wanted a picture to show on a website, we had to type in the code and tell the computer, this is the picture we want, and this is where we want it to show, and here's where the picture is on the computer. And that was all written out in lines of code.
Oh, okay.
So it's not as cumbersome as that anymore. Now there are programs that help people write code a little bit quicker than actually writing out every single bit of it. But what an hour code is, it's a time for anybody. They do it in the different schools and organizations, but families can do it at home, where they just sit down, they go on the website, code.org, and they have different activities there for them to do. Some are learning how to play games. Some are learning how to write different codes to get different characters on the computer to do different things. It's basically introducing anybody who wants to learn how to write code on how to write code. For 1 hour, they ask you to spend 1 hour of it, and this is done all throughout the United States. I don't know if we can, I don't know, they actually have some statistics on there of how many people participated in writing code, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people who do that.
Okay.
So, you know, my computer tip is, if you have time out there, you know, parents, you can do this with your children. Parents, you can do this for yourself. Go to code.org, look up Hour of Code. There are different opportunities they have there, and I'm sure there are resources there. It's not as hard as you think. If you can use the internet, you can probably write code. You can write basic code. It'll give you an understanding of how programs work on the internet.
Okay. All right.
It'll give you an idea of how you, if it's something that you like, you catch on to.
Okay.
You know, you can go further with it. You know, there are contests that are available. I mean, it can turn into a career if that's something you really like to do and something you have an aptitude for doing is writing code. And there are always jobs for code writers. You know, it's just not something we learn traditionally in school. So we think it's really difficult sometimes.
Yes.
But you know, if you have a common sense mind, if you do things logically in order, you can write code. And you know, and you have to learn the different phrases and different terms, yes, but you know, it's just like learning anything else.
Right.
It's just like learning any other language. Once you learn it, then it's there, and the more you use it, the better you get at it.
Okay.
So, questions? You had a question for me earlier. What was the question?
Well, my question was, I was going to ask you, will you be able to maybe in the future come on the show and write some codes?
What I can do is I can pick one of the activities on the website and demonstrate it.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do that.
I would love that. I think that
I could do that.
Terrific.
Yeah, when I was working at a school, we would do an hour of code with our students, and we pick a time, a day, right around this time of year. I think actually the first week of December, the first week and a half of December was a week of coding.
Right.
And it was kind of a time where schools and organizations all around the world, if Ellie can navigate to the homepage of that website, we might be able to pull up a map and show people. But people all around the world spent an hour doing coding, all at this early time in December.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Other questions you have?
Well, you said in December. Did that all start in December or something like that, or what?
Well, no, it's been going on for a few years now. Okay. But what happens is they designated this as like the week of code, writing code, Computer Science Week. And so, you know, just like you have different weeks designated, doesn't mean it's the only time you can write code.
Right.
It just means that we have designated this time to remind everybody and bring it to the attention of everyone.
Right.
This is the time that we can set aside to write code. You can do this any time of year.
Great. Okay.
You know, and a lot of students, once they go through this hour of code in a week, they will then do it off and on throughout different times of year.
Oh,
Some of them get really involved in it and they create games and they share those games with their friends.
Okay.
They find other websites where you can write code and you can create a game, and then you can have your friends go on the web and play your game. And they can do different things, different activities like that. You can write code and create your own websites.
Oh, okay.
Things like that. So I think I just saw on the screen a minute ago over 70,000.
70,000.
700,000.
Oh my God, that's a lot
have participated in
yes,
this. If I'm reading the screen right there,
okay.
You know, and it's an activity that is reoccurring every year, and students all around the world use this website off and on throughout the year. I've used this website with the schools that I've worked at. We did an hour of code where all of my technology staff and the teachers set a time aside one day where every student in the school would do an hour of coding.
That's
just to get them introduced to coding, computer science, give them a better understanding for how computers work, let them explore their aptitude at doing this in case that's something they wanted to do in the future.
Great.
Other questions?
Well, I think what specific kind of codes would they be doing as far as enhancing their education and understanding as far as codes are concerned? Well,
the hour code, you know, for elementary school children, they basically have tags that they put together so that they can make different things happen. So they decide which tag. I want this character to turn right. I want this character to go forward 15 steps. I want this character to disappear if it's hit by this. You know, they have different tags that they put together to create. And that's how they get started, by learning the logic that goes in the coding.
Yes.
Then you could do something like the basic coding that I learned was called HTML.
Okay.
Okay, and that's what's behind a website. So if you ever go to the source page of a website, you're going to see all this text, parentheses, commas. You're going to see all these different phrases, and that's telling the computer to do different things. And so that is a basic code that I learned. But then you get more complex. So your students in high school, they may be they're taking a computer science class. So they're on a totally different level. So they may be learning JavaScript, or they may be learning C++. And these are coding languages that are designed to tell the computer what to do. And depending on what it is you're working on, you may use JavaScript for a web page. You may use C++ for a application, and you may use another kind of coding if you're doing web-based applications, CSS or different languages that they use. And the developers are guys who write code.
Yes.
Okay, so what happens in that world, so if you get way advanced, you have an application that you want to create.
Correct.
Okay, and then what happens is someone on the team writes what the requirements are for the application. So what's going to be required to make this application do what it's supposed to be designed to do. And then those requirements are turned into what we call little bits of stories. Okay, and each developer will take a story, write the code for it, and then put it together with all the other code that's written by all the other developers, and that's how you create a big major piece of software.
That's fantastic.
You know, so that's on the upper end, and that's what goes on at those web development companies, those startups that are making the big money and everything. That's what's going on with their developers. So, but in a lower down level, in the elementary schools, they have applications that are designed to teach coding. So the students learn how to put pieces of code together. Those pieces are already written for them, but they put those pieces of code together in sequential order to make the computer do what they want it to do. So these may be common things like move forward, reverse, make a circle. They put, you know, and how far to move forward. So if I'm object-oriented coding, so I am coding an object on the computer. I have my avatar. So I have a picture, a little tiny cartoon of myself, say.
Right.
And I want to make that cartoon run in a circle.
Right.
So what I do is my cartoon has a name in the code.
Yes.
That's already there. And maybe my cartoon is an animation, so whenever it moves, the feet move and the hands move. So it looks like it's running.
Okay.
And then what I will do is I will tell the computer, okay, go 2 steps forward, turn this many degrees, 2 steps forward, this many degrees. I would put a code together so that the end result is, when I run that code, is my avatar runs into a circle around the screen.
Oh, wow. Okay,
so that's really basic stuff that they're doing in elementary school. And then there are games to play. I don't know if you played Pong when it first came out. I don't know if you remember Pac-Man or those games when they first came out. Okay, so those were really basic games, and those are the kind of games that kids are creating now on their own, using different websites that give them the tools they need to do that. A lot of these websites are free too. So, you know, and our code is free. So, you know, parents, if you want to learn how to code, get some basics behind you, understand what it is. If it's something you think you're going to like to do in the future, go to one of these websites. Try it. See if it's something you like. Who knows? You might have a new career if you catch on well and you progress along with it.
Will we be able to demonstrate that on this show here sometime?
I think we can look at bringing it in. Maybe when we come back in January, I'll have a demo set up.
Beautiful.
And